comparison, because it can be hard in any business, and especially now
Mm.
because of social media. It's so easy to be able to see what other people are doing. And we talk about envy a lot on the podcast, and how little bit,
Mm.
someone once summarized it really well. They said, it's like salt. You put a little bit in and it can be good. It gives you ideas. It, triggers your mind for
Mm.
different things. But if you put too much in, it doesn't, it's not good. It ruins the flavor. And I wonder, how do
Wow.
you deal with envy or comparison in your life?
Yeah, I've actually was going in my therapy last week. I went through it because sometimes I get really afraid of evil eye. It sounds ridiculous, or like
Yes.
people projecting like envy on me, and then I try and equalize. I try and bring myself back
Yes.
down to not threaten them. And so my theme of this week has sit in your power, and my therapist literally does this with her hands, like sit in your power. And I think, and she says, if you want a big life, which you have, it comes with
It does.
judgment,
It does.
envy. So she said, and she launched a book a couple of months ago, and she said, I launched my book and I was getting all this new attention and definitely a little bit of envy and judgment. And I could just feel, and she said, I realized in that moment, I can't have this. I can't have this success and this big life without that.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's not
Doesn't.
part of humanity. And it was like a relief to me, gives me chills too. Like, I can't have this life that I've been blessed to have, and same as you and same as everyone sitting here today, and be able to build a career that we love and work in what we love every day, and have health and abundance and whatever it is. Without that, I don't think it exists. So I was always trying to change that narrative. No, don't feel envious, don't feel judgment. Why do they think that? Why are they saying that? I hate it when people make up things that aren't true. It's like, it's been my pet peeve probably my whole life. Until you don't know what someone's going through, you don't know the truth. And I'm trying to stop fixing that, because people will judge, they will be envy, and that is just part of it. So accepting that you're going to build a big, beautiful life, and that's just what comes with it. When in terms of my career, one thing I have done right is I haven't looked to my left or my right too much.
Yeah.
And then when I have, it's really detracted the energy from myself to my business. So it's just not worth it. I haven't looked to my left and my right too much. And, when you're in front, don't look behind. Like, it's
It
just,
slows you down.
I think it does. It's not where your energy, I see energy as so precious,
is.
like nuggets of gold, and like where you've got to think really carefully. It's the same with where you put your energy after work, to friends, to family, social media, you choose, but where you put your energy matters. And I just think putting your energy into, competition and copycats, which I deal with a lot, it's just not worth it, because that's detracting energy that I can give to my team, to my community, to my customers. And it's hard not to react when people are copying you or competing with you. It's difficult because I'm actually I'm competitive with myself, but I'm not naturally a competitive person. So I struggle with that a little bit. Like, why can't we all just stay in our own lanes and celebrate each other?
Can't we
Like,
all
I'm
be
just
mates?
that
Like,
type of,
really?
yeah. And sometimes I feel like even in my industry, like, are we really supporting each other? Like, I really want to support my fellow female founders. Like, I really, really want to, but
No,
sometimes it
you
feels
see
to me,
things, yeah.
and I'm like, let's really support each other,
Yeah.
like really, really, because there is enough success and abundance for all of us.
Well, that's it.
And I really believe there is.
They say
And so, yeah,
the universe is infinite. It's, so
yeah.
your abundance, Jess, is not going to take away from my abundance. And it's when we
No.
get into that scarcity mindset where
Yeah.
we're so restrictive with everything, and like, oh, I don't want her to see this because then maybe she'll
No.
take it away from me. I mean, that just creates, as you said, where you place your energy, more energy
I
flows.
think
It creates that scarcity mentality.
I
And
was about to say that equals scarcity. If
yeah,
you are looking to your left and your right and comparing yourself and competing, I don't know. And you're the pro manifester, and you're so beautifully spiritual in this way. I believe in my intuitive heart that would lead to less.
yes, no, it does.
That would lead to scarcity, not abundance. So
Absolutely.
it's a practice that we must all, it's like the muscle that we must all work,
Yeah.
to remember that we can create our own success, and there is enough for everyone. But yeah, it's hard living in a society where there's constant judgment and criticism and
Yeah.
comparison. I mean, social media, everyone's just looking at everyone in Europe right now, living up the dream, but also you don't know what people are going through and how they struggle. Like I've been on trips where it looks like I've lived the dream, and that's why I try my best every day on social media to also show the low parts of life,
Yes.
because I've been on beautiful trips in the most beautiful part of Europe, and I've struggled with horrific anxiety and wanting to literally crawl into a ball and never see the world again. Like, so just it's nice to live a beautiful life and show that, but we also have a responsibility to show the darker sides of life and the imperfections and the hardship and the pain, especially if we have a social media following. I don't like to look like I'm complaining, but I like to keep it real,
Yes,
because
keeping it
that is
real.
life. It's beautiful. You
Mm,
can be on a beautiful beach in Europe, but you can also be suffering, and
absolutely.
life is both.